Hello, everyone. It's Lisa with ThinkingInspirations.com. Thank you for joining me today. We are in week 10 of our 12 weeks of Halloween projects using Stampin' Up! Products. And this week we have an easy little treat tent. Now, I designed this to hold like one of the little snack bags of goodies like pretzels or goldfish or any little snacks like that. And you could make anything fit in here really. And the way I would attach it on the inside is to put a little bit of adhesive and make it stick there. And then so cute sitting on a table or on a desk. It's just really easy to make. So for this project, I'm using the Ghoulish Goody stamp set. I'm using this image here and the little jack-o'-lantern. And I'm using a punch that can be purchased separately, the Essential Tag Punch, or you can purchase it with a bundle. And this punch coordinates with these images, but it also coordinates with many more images. So it's a good all-around punch. So this is the Everything Essential bundle. You can get both for 10% off. But this, if you just want the punch, is the Essential Tag Punch. And I'll have all the information for you on my blog. Okay, so let's get started. I'm using some of the Magic in This Night Designer Series paper, and I have two pieces. One is cut at 3 1/4 by 6 1/2, and the other one is 3 1/4 by 8 1/2, and we're going to do some scoring. Now, the shorter piece, I will tell you, is the front, okay? So to score, we're going to start with this short piece first. And if your paper has directionality, you want this to be your bottom over here, okay? And you're going to score at 2 inches, all right? And then that's the front. And then we have this other piece for the back, 3 1/4 by 8 1/2. And we're scoring at 2 and 6 1/2, okay? And it's just that easy. Okay, so these would be cute to hand out, or if you need it for a class project. So I'm folding on these score lines and giving it a good crease. And these 2-inch scores are the bottom, and they're going to overlap just like that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and put some adhesive. I'm going to use my Stampin' Seal Plus and put about 3 strips here. And then I'm going to match this edge of the front with that score line, that 2-inch score line right there, and line up the sides. Okay, so there's our bottom. Then this is going to come around, and this top fold is the little flap to come across the front, okay? And we'll put that together in just a minute. Let's do some stamping. Okay, so I have this, it's not a trick, it's just a treat, and some pretty peacock ink, which is the color of the designer paper that I chose. And I'm gonna just ink this up and stamp it toward the bottom. You need at least a 3 by 3 piece of cardstock. This is 3 by 3 1/2. Gives you a little more room to hold it when you punch. And now I'm going to take my Cajun Craze cardstock, no, Cajun Craze ink, and I chose this color because this is the color in that designer paper. If you should choose a print that has this color in it, it would work just fine. So I'm going to ink that up, and I'm going to stamp it right above the center of It's Not a Trick, It's Just a Treat. Okay, let's put our ink away, and we're going to get our Essential Tag Punch, and we're going to slide that in and center it and punch. Okay, so now we're going to start assembling our little treat bag and doing the closure. And really, you can make these ahead of time, and if you don't want to close them up yet, you can store them flat, or you can go ahead and assemble and not put the treat in until the last minute, okay? Like if you're baking something. All right, so I have another scrap piece of that designer paper, and I want to just punch out a piece here because I'm using it just as a backing for this, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and layer those up, and I want it to show, okay? And it doesn't have to be straight or angled a certain way. We're just giving a little background for when we attach it to our bag, okay, or our treat tent, I should say. Okay, so now I'm folding this flap over the top, and I'm going to take a hole punch. Any hole punch will do. This is a retired Stampin' Up! Punch. And I'm going to come in toward the center, okay, about midway between the top and the bottom of the 2-inch flap, and punch. And I'm going to pull it through this other side and do the same thing. Okay. Now, I have about 16 inches of this metallic mesh ribbon, and so I am going to thread it through. And I'm going to get my take your pick tool and help me get it through these 2 little holes here. I'm just going to pick that through right here, look. Get a little piece of it going. Pull it through, and then do the same for this other side. Just get that mesh in between where you can see it through the hole, and then just pick it through. Super simple. And then I'm going to just tie a bow. And this is our closure. It's a safe closure if you're giving this to little ones. Okay. So tie your bow, and then get your little tails and your loops like you want. So I'm just pulling mine down a bit, and I'm probably going to trim off just a tad. So just like that, and I'm angling it a bit. Okay, so now we, oops, well, goodness. That happens. Tie it again quickly, and we'll get it ready to go. I think what happened is I did not completely cut that off. So let's play with it again. Okay, we got it now. Now, let's get all of this aside, and I'm going to show you that this is going to be attached like this, and it's going to look like the bow has the tag tied to it, but it doesn't. So we're just going to do some Stampin' Seal Plus toward the top, because I want it to stay to this flap when it's untied and opened, okay? So there we go, and I kind of angle it just a bit, okay? And then you can be done with it just like that, especially if it's for younger children. But if not, and you're not afraid of the little embellishments, and then picking them off, you know, and, you know, little ones, you're going to use some of these metallic pearls that are just so pretty. And I'm just going to scatter 3 of them. One here. And then one more. Let's see, let's go right here. Okay, all right, there's your little treat tent ready to go. And like I said, you could just put a little adhesive in there, attach your treat, and your little treat tents will be ready to go. Okay, if you have any questions, let me know. Visit my website at inkandinspirations.com, and I will talk to you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.